Most people look at a health savings account and see nothing more than a convenient debit card for copays. They see a minor tax break for buying cold medicine or paying for a routine doctor visit. But those who understand the math look at that same account and see the single most powerful legal tax shelter available to the American middle class. They see a vehicle that mathematically beats a standard traditional retirement account and a post-tax retirement account simultaneously. It is not just a medical wallet. It is a time machine for wealth. To understand why this specific account is so uniquely powerful, we need to follow two people over 20 years. We will look at Daniel and Ryan. Both are 28 years old. Both are generally healthy. Both have jobs that offer a high-deductible health plan with access to a health savings account. Both decide to contribute $3,000 a year into their respective accounts. They both experience the same medical events over the next 2 decades. The only difference is how they view the money inside the account. Daniel views the account exactly as it is marketed. He views it as a specialized wallet for medical expenses. When he gets a bill, he uses the debit card tied to the account. It feels like free money because it is deducted from his paycheck before taxes. He feels smart because he is paying medical bills with pre-tax dollars. He is doing what most financial blogs tell you to do. Ryan views the account completely differently. He views it as an aggressive retirement account that just happens to have a medical label attached to it. He treats the money inside the account as entirely untouchable. When he gets a medical bill, he does not use the specialized debit card. He pays the bill out of his regular checking account using money that has already been taxed. He saves the receipt for the medical bill in a physical folder and creates a digital backup. He then invests the $3,000 inside the account into a broad market index fund. In year 1, both Daniel and Ryan go to the doctor for a minor issue. The bill is $200. Daniel swipes his specialized debit card. His account balance drops by $200. He feels zero financial friction. The process is easy and painless. Ryan gets the same $200 bill. He pays it from his regular checking account. He feels a tiny bit of friction because he had to use his regular spending money instead of the dedicated account. He logs the receipt and files it away. His specialized account remains fully invested and begins to earn a return. By year 3, the differences begin to compound emotionally and financially. Both men need a minor dental procedure that costs $500. Daniel swipes his card again. His account covers it easily. He continues to view the account as a revolving door of medical funds. Money goes in pre-tax and money goes out for bills. His balance never really grows because he drains it every time he visits a clinic. Ryan also gets the $500 dental bill. Paying this out of pocket requires real sacrifice. He has to skip eating out for a month and delay buying new tires for his car just to cover the cost from his checking account. The friction is real and deeply annoying. He stares at his health savings account balance online. It is now approaching $10,000 thanks to his steady contributions and early market growth. He could easily transfer $500 and make his life easier, but he forces himself to pay out of pocket and save the receipt. The discipline is painful. Then year 5 arrives. This is the year the math gets incredibly hard for Ryan. Both men suffer an unexpected medical emergency. They need an emergency appendectomy and a short hospital stay. The bill after insurance adjustments is $4,000. This is a massive financial shock for a normal middle-class household. Daniel faces this bill with absolute calm. He has been putting $3,000 a year into his account. Even after his minor previous expenses, he has enough in the account to cover the $4,000 bill. He swipes the card, the bill is paid. He completely avoided dipping into his emergency fund. He feels brilliant. The account did exactly what it was supposed to do. It protected him from a massive out-of-pocket expense and kept his life stable. Ryan faces a logistical and emotional nightmare. He gets the $4,000 bill. His specialized account has over $17,000 in it. He could easily swipe the card and pay the bill instantly, but his strict rule is that the account is untouchable. He must pay the $4,000 out of his regular savings. He has to drain a significant portion of his emergency fund. He feels a massive wave of stress. His wife questions why they are draining their hard-earned savings when they have a specialized medical account sitting right there with plenty of money. The friction is immense. The temptation to just use the specialized funds is overwhelming. Ryan has to have a very difficult conversation with his family. He has to explain that the money in the checking account is being depleted while the investment account remains locked. He transfers the $4,000 from his bank account to the hospital. He meticulously logs the massive receipt and adds it to his growing folder. This single decision sets his liquid cash back by several months of saving. This is the moment most people abandon the strategy. The pain of paying a huge medical bill with post-tax money while a tax-free account sits fully funded is too much for average human psychology to handle. When you are staring at a hospital bill, the concept of future compound interest feels abstract and useless. But this is also the moment the math begins to separate Ryan from Daniel permanently. Let us fast forward to year 10. Both men are now 38 years old. Over the past decade, they have both contributed $30,000 total into their accounts. They have both experienced the same minor and major medical bills. They both navigated the same healthcare system. Daniel has used his account to pay every single bill. He has no medical debt. He has enjoyed a full decade of completely frictionless healthcare payments. But his account balance is hovering around $4,000. It never had the chance to grow because he constantly withdrew the funds to pay for life. He saved money on taxes up front, but he captured zero compounding growth over the decade. Ryan has endured a decade of extreme friction. He has paid every single medical bill out of pocket. He has a massive folder of receipts documenting thousands of dollars in medical expenses. He has felt the pain of cash-flowing healthcare while raising a family and managing a mortgage. But his account has been fully invested in the market the entire time. Assuming an 8% average annual return, his account balance has now crossed $45,000. The magic of the account is not just the growth, it is the triple tax advantage. The money went in tax-free. The money grew tax-free. And if used for qualified medical expenses, the money comes out tax-free. No other account in the American financial system offers this exact combination. A traditional retirement account gives you a tax break up front but taxes you heavily on the way out. A post-tax retirement account taxes you up front but gives you a tax break on the way out. This specialized account completely ignores taxes at all three stages. But Ryan is not using it for medical expenses today. He is using a hidden rule in the tax code. There is no time limit on reimbursing yourself for medical expenses. As long as the expense occurred after the account was established, you can reimburse yourself 10 or 20 years later. Ryan is building a massive vault of tax-free receipts. He is turning past pain into future wealth. Let us jump to year 20. Both men are now 48 years old. They have each contributed $60,000 over 2 decades. Their careers have progressed, but their health strategies remained the same. Daniel is in the same position he was in year 10. He continues to use the account as a clearinghouse for bills. Money goes in and money goes out. His balance fluctuates between a few $1,000s and zero. He has successfully avoided paying taxes on his medical expenses for 20 years. This is a good outcome. It is far better than paying medical bills with post-tax money and having no specialized account at all. Daniel has made a smart financial choice that kept him out of medical debt, but Ryan has made a wealthy financial choice. By year 20, Ryan has endured 2 full decades of paying every medical bill out of pocket. He has cash-flowed minor checkups, dental work, emergency room visits, and physical therapy. The friction has been a constant hum in his financial life. He has a meticulously organized digital archive containing $35,000 worth of medical receipts collected over 20 years. Because Ryan never touched the investments, his account has experienced the explosive power of uninterrupted compounding. His $60,000 in contributions have grown into a massive portfolio. Assuming the same 8% average return, his account balance has now reached $148,000. Now Ryan decides to cash in his receipts. He has $35,000 in documented medical expenses from the past 2 decades. He submits the receipts to his account provider. He immediately withdraws $35,000 in cold, hard cash. This withdrawal is completely tax-free. It does not count as income. It does not push him into a higher tax bracket. It is simply a legal reimbursement for expenses he already paid years ago. Ryan takes that $35,000 and uses it to pay off the remaining balance on his mortgage. He is now completely debt-free and owns his home outright. And even after withdrawing $35,000, his specialized account still holds $113,000. This money continues to grow tax-free. He used the account to pay off his house while keeping a 6-figure balance invested. When Ryan reaches age 65, the account gains another superpower. At age 65, You can withdraw money from this account for any reason without penalty. If you use it for non-medical expenses, you simply pay regular income tax on the withdrawal, just like a traditional retirement account. But if you use it for medical expenses in retirement, it remains completely tax-free forever. Given the astronomical cost of healthcare in retirement, Ryan has essentially built a tax-free war chest specifically designed for his most expensive years. Medicare premiums, out-of-pocket costs, and long-term care can easily consume hundreds of thousands of dollars. Ryan has a dedicated tax-free fund to cover it all without touching his regular retirement savings. Daniel will reach retirement and rely entirely on his standard retirement accounts to pay his medical bills. Every time Daniel withdraws money from his traditional retirement account to pay a medical bill, he will have to pay income tax on that withdrawal. A $10,000 medical bill might require Daniel to withdraw $12,000 or more just to cover the taxes. He loses money every time he gets sick. Ryan will withdraw exactly $10,000 from his specialized account. No taxes, no penalties, no friction. The money he sacrificed in his 30s now protects him in his 60s. The strategy Ryan used requires intense discipline. It requires the financial capacity to actually pay medical bills out of pocket, which is a luxury not everyone has. It requires meticulous record keeping to track receipts over multiple decades. And most importantly, it requires the emotional fortitude to watch a specialized account grow massive while you drain your regular checking account to pay for a broken arm. The math clearly favors Ryan. By treating the account as a long-term investment vehicle, he captured decades of tax-free compounding. He turned a simple tool for paying co-pays into a six-figure wealth-building engine that ultimately paid off his mortgage and secured his retirement. But the friction clearly punished Ryan in the short term. He had to endure 20 years of cash flow pressure. He had to argue with his spouse about why they were not using the dedicated medical funds during an emergency. He had to maintain a pristine archive of receipts for 2 decades. The math was perfect, but the journey was incredibly stressful. Daniel avoided all of that friction. He lived a financially smoother life in his 30s and 40s. He never stressed about a medical bill because the account always covered it. He had peace of mind when emergencies happened. But he sacrificed the greatest legal tax shelter available to him. The choice between Daniel and Ryan is a fundamental choice between present comfort and future wealth. The health savings account is not just a medical wallet. It is a powerful wealth-building tool. If you can endure the friction of paying out of pocket today, the math will reward you with an unparalleled tax advantage tomorrow. You do not have to be perfect to use this strategy. Even if you can only afford to cash flow half of your medical bills and invest the rest of the account, you are still capturing some of the compounding power. Every dollar left invested is a dollar working for your future. The goal is simply to shift your mindset. Stop viewing the account as a checking account for the doctor. Start viewing it as a retirement account that requires a very specific key to unlock. The receipts are the keys. Every time you pay a medical bill out of pocket, you are forging a new key. You store those keys,